And going into some of these Thursday night games, I'm like, what are we getting? And, Pittsburgh versus Bengals. I'm like, Bengals aren't good. Steelers are playing pretty solid ball, expecting the Steelers to probably win this game. But no, man, nah. The Cincinnati Bengals didn't give up on this season. They traded for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco came from Cleveland. And Joe Flacco really hasn't looked the best with Cleveland this year. Like, he didn't look good. Okay, but you add him on a team with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown. Yeah, man, I mean, Joe Flacco looked great. Yo, you're not subscribed? Why are you not subscribed? Come on, man. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't do that. I know you ain't a hater. Just subscribe to your boy. Come vibe with me. All we do is talk football here. Come vibe with the homie. Let me know what you guys want to see. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. All right, now back to the video tonight. He looked great tonight, dude. 31, 47, 342 with 3 TDs. That offense looked great. Like, they were literally marching up and down the field, dude. That was a damn good game. And I mean, even Aaron Rodgers played pretty solid too, right? For the most part, this game started off a little bit slow with points. Again, in the second half, both teams really started to get going, dude. I mean, on the Steelers side, on their offense, DK Metcalf with Calvin Austin out was really their only threat. And, Aaron Rodgers was playing pretty solid for only having DK Metcalf as his only real threat. Running back had a pretty good night for the Steelers, and their tight ends. We saw in the second half, their tight ends really started to get going, and Aaron Rodgers really started to get comfortable. He really started to get comfortable on that offensive side, dude. And there were a couple throws tonight where I'm like, Aaron Rodgers, I see a little bit of his old self, dude. I mean, he doesn't look like that Green Bay Aaron Rodgers, but I'm like, he's actually playing pretty solid ball. Pretty solid ball for a lot of people that doubted this dude coming into the season, because I was like, what are they doing? What are the Steelers doing signing Aaron Rodgers? But they look they haven't looked too bad. Biggest takeaway from this game, for the Steelers side, Arthur Smith coming in, I had my doubts on him. And I still don't really know how I feel about Arthur Smith. But if you have Aaron Rodgers kind of level-headed and playing pretty good, I feel like your offense is in decent hands. And we saw tonight they looked pretty good. But the Steelers defense, they don't look like a Steelers defense. They just don't really give me that vibe of what we usually see under a Mike Tomlin, right? I don't know what it is about the AFC North this year, but Baltimore's defense looks bad. Usually you don't see a Baltimore defense bad like they are. The Steelers defense just doesn't really look good. Cincinnati's defense has just been bad. We all know that, right? And then you have Cleveland, and Cleveland is the only good defense in the AFC North. I'm not saying that the Steelers defense is bad, but when you watch them play and just the way Joe Flacco and that offense were marching up and down on them, I'm like, they just don't look like a good unit, man. I mean, at times we see certain players on their team playing good. TJ Watt has kind of had a little bit of a weird year so far this year. It honestly feels like Jalen Ramsey is the only guy out there that's kind of playing a little bit consistent, right? I mean, he was kind of getting the work here and there against T and Jamar tonight. But Slay is Like, Slay doesn't look like Philadelphia Slay. All right, he's older corner. Jalen Ramsey is the only guy out there that I really get a vibe of, where I'm like, I can expect him to show up every week. So yeah, man, I just don't really see it from the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And I don't know, it's like their defense is just playing solid, but usually we could see them honestly playing better up to their standard, up to a Pittsburgh standard. And then you got Aaron Rodgers in the offense just kind of holding up, playing pretty solid with DK Metcalf being their main receiving threat, right? Especially with Calvin Austin out tonight. And then on the other side, the Bengals, overly impressed. I'm really impressed with the Bengals on offense, dude. Let's just start talking about their defense, right? I'm gonna pop over to the offense in a second. Their defense, I didn't think the Bengals defense was that bad this year. Man, I have not been paying attention at all. I looked up some stats on them. Defense is 28th in rushing yards per game, dude. Rushing yards per game, 31st in passing yards per game. They're 31st in opponents' yards per game, 30th in points per game at 30.5. They are so bad. They are so bad, dude. They got rid of Lou Almirono. Lou went to Indy. Lou is clearly not the problem, dude. There's something else wrong, right? I don't know if they don't have the right players in the building right now. I don't know if it's just a mindset on that defense, but that defense is ass. And you saw it tonight. Like, right after Cincinnati would have a beautiful drive on offense, they'd give the ball right back to Aaron Rodgers in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. And it was like running through water, dude. I mean, we saw on the other side from Cincy, right? They made Pittsburgh's defense look bad. But Cincy's defense is just atrocious. They're terrible. Zach Taylor needs to do something about that in this upcoming offseason, dude. I do not think that Lou was the problem. I honestly do not believe that. And I know we saw the good play from their corner, right? DJ Turner. And at times, certain defensive players on their team, on their defensive side, do make plays. But that overall defensive vibe, that chemistry is shit. Like, it's fucked, dude. Like, that defense is cooked. I expect any offense to go out and just, like, literally just pass and run all over them. Just run the score up. And, you know, this is what we saw with when Joe Burrow was healthy. Their offense would literally just have to keep pace. They literally just have to keep pace the whole game and just score a bunch of points. The Cincinnati offense that we saw tonight with Joe Flacco is what you would usually see from Joe Burrow, right? In Zach Taylor, I know he's been getting a lot of flack, but he doesn't have his guy. I'll give him that. And Joe Flacco went out there and played a damn good game and kind of gave us the old vibe that we've seen from Cincinnati's past couple of years, right? Their offense looks great. They go out there and score points. Their defense looks like ass. And Zach Taylor is a part of that on offense. He's play caller on offense, right? Jamar Chase went off for over 100. T. Higgins was just short of 100. I've been looking for T. T's been like pretty much absent most of this year. Chase Brown popped off. We know Chase Brown had a really good year last year. So yeah, man, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that a veteran presence like Joe Flacco over Jake Browning, how much it can do. How much it can do. Like I said, dude, Joe Flacco didn't look good on Cleveland, but he looks damn good on Cincinnati Bengals. And like you said, they have weapons. We all know that, right? I didn't really like in the fourth quarter. Was it in the fourth or the end of the third? When Zach Taylor, there was that 4th and short, and the tight end came up a little bit short, and he challenged it. I didn't like that. I didn't think it was a terrible thing to like throw the flag, but I didn't like it. But then they ended up doing the QB sneak, got it on 4th. It didn't matter, right? But yeah, man, you know, this offense, when they're healthy and they have all their guys, and when they get their guy back, right, Joe Burrow, next year, it's going to be the same thing unless they do something about their defense. Their defense is a major problem. If Burrow was in right now, they would honestly probably be competing. Like, they may have 3 to 4 wins right now. It's very possible. But yeah, man, I mean, overall, good game on both ends. You know, you're the Steelers. You didn't get this dub. You're still pretty high in the AFC. This stings a little, right, to a in-division opponent. But, hey, they got some shit to figure out on that defense. I couldn't tell you what the problem is, but the vibe just doesn't feel like a Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And that's something that they're going to need to worry about. That's something that they're going to need to address, dude. They need to get back to, like, the gritty, just tough-ass Northern AFC North defensive football under Mike Tomlin. Because that's the Steelers I know. So, yeah, man, they need to figure that out. And then with the Bengals, we just talked about it. Their defense sucks ass. But at least with Joe Flacco now, he gives them a little bit of light. And it's keeping guys happy, right? It's keeping guys happy. Jamar Chase, I wouldn't say he says the most craziest things, but when the media kind of puts a mic in front of his face, he'll say some shit, right? Nothing crazy, but he will say some shit. So you're keeping your guys happy. You're keeping Jamar Chase, T. Higgins happy. And yeah, man, this is a good night for the Cincinnati Bengals and their fans. A good night for Zach Taylor. And you want to know what's also crazy? That last play from Aaron Rodgers where he kind of rolled out. For that dude to launch that thing 60 yards like he did, and it literally had room. Like, they had a chance to score. I was like, holy shit, I've seen this with Aaron Rodgers multiple times. We see it with Aaron Rodgers multiple times. Is he about to score right here? But no. Cincinnati's defense, they played it well, batted it down. But for a second there, right, I was like, that ball has a chance. And let's see if they score right here. Let's see if DK's down there somewhere. But it didn't end up happening. But I just wondered, did the rest of you guys, when you saw that that throw from Rodgers, absolute bomb, were you guys thinking like, is this shit gonna get caught? Because I was kind of thinking that for a little bit. I was like, those tight ends have been balling. DK's been pretty solid tonight. Are we about to see another miracle from Aaron Rodgers? But no. Cincinnati won, and good victory for them, man.